Naples All Stars, what's up, man? Um, hey, I'm here to give you my brief recap. It's just gonna be a brief one. I'm not gonna get too detailed with this shit. Um, and give you the results of my weekly Bandits predictions. We're gonna start off with my matchup, the Bandits versus LLX2. Uh, I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't do anything major in this contest. The Bandits didn't. I had four guys scoring 20 or better. Nobody with anything outstanding like 30 something, 40 something points. But I went up against my man LLX2, who had one, two, three, four, five guys scoring in single digits. So hey man, this is a pretty simple one. 151 to 127 in the Bandits' favor. Uh, Improving my record to 4-2, dropping Mr. LLX2 to 3-3. So I was right with that one, 1 for 1. Uh, Next matchup, MOB, Munching on Bunching versus the White Chocolate Boys of Matthew Dewey and Matty Jolly. This was a pretty close game, man. To be honest with you, but I tell you what, Jolly, you only lost by 18 points, and you're trying to replace Jamal Charles with a guy named Charkandrick West. He only got you 2 points. That was a big fail right there. Epic flop, man. Um, he wasn't what we thought he was gonna be, you know. Um, but the real culprit in this was your wide receivers, White Chocolate. Edelman and Macklin combined for 25 points. Where on the other side, Munchin and Bunchin, Hopkins and Hilton combined for 64 points. 64, 25. You know how that story ends. Munchin on Bunchin improves his perfect season, 6-0, and White Chocolate drops to 4-2. Next matchup, we're going with Big Time versus Raw Oak. Um, Raw Oak, hey, you didn't have to do much in this one, man. You had a pretty good score overall. I mean, you had some big performances. Calvin Johnson, Carson Palmer did pretty good for you. But I tell you what, this is all about Big Time and all the guys who didn't perform for him. He had both of his starting running backs, both of his starting receivers, each putting up single digits. The only thing that even prevented this from being a huge blowout was the fact that he had Matthew Stafford in there, who put up 61 in a losing effort. That was the high score of the week for any player, by the way. But it just wasn't enough, man. Big Time, you dropped to 3-3. Raw Oak, you improved to 4-2. And once again, I was right with that one, 3 for 3. Next matchup, Mr. Century Legends versus Team Nice. Century, you just you won your first game last week. I think you went out and celebrated. I think you had too much goddamn fun because you forgot that you had to play another game. You went up against Team Nice, who said, "Listen, man, I don't care if you got a hangover. I'm here to win," and that's what he did, man. He put his running backs up against your running backs, and your running backs failed you, bro. Failed you. Ryan Matthews had 5 points. Melvin Gordon had 2. I mean, that's a combined 7 points from both of your starting running backs. While on the other side, McCoy and Freeman put up 19 and 40. That was 59 points. When your starting running backs outscore 59-7, you know you're going to have a long day, bro. So, I mean, hey, you won a game last week, but that's where it ends, man. That's where it ends. You got to improve your running backs, man, if you think you're going to do better in this league. You dropped to 1-5. Mr. Team Nice improves to 4-2. By the way, this was a what? This was a 54. Was it 54? 64. This was a 64-point deficit, which was high, the biggest deficit, I should say, of the week. And Team Nice, your 2-on-1 gave you the high score of the week. I salute you, man. You the king of the week, dude. Next matchup, um, Carolina Pride versus Dom. Uh, man, you sitting at home, you're a little bored, you watch Sports Center, you're flipping through, you're trying to see any games on ESPN and Sports Center, ESPN2, they might have a little baseball on or some shit. And you go to ESPN3 and they have this bullshit ass game on. That's what this one was. This was a bullshit ass game. Two winless teams putting up the two combined lowest scores of the week. In the end, though, Dom was able to pull this one out. Ding, ding, ding. I was right about that one. 135 to 124. Giving him his first win of the season. Hey, man, don't do what Century Legends did. Went out there and party and forget you got a game next week. You still got to come back and win two in a row. Carolina Pride, you was pretty stubborn with that Antonio Brown thing, man. It took this loss for you to trade him. You should have traded him last week. You would have got the win because Benjamin got 27 points to Antonio Brown 6. That would have been enough to push you over the top. Unfortunately, you didn't. And along with Crowell and Powell giving you 6 points combined, uh, you didn't really have a chance this week, man. So you continue your winless streak, my man. 0-6. And Dom, like I said, you 1-5. Enjoy it. Have some fun with it. But don't forget, you still got to play next week. Last matchup, Enfuego versus Extractors. Enfuego versus Extractors. This was a blowout. 54-point blowout to be exact. Second highest deficit of the week. This was a no contest, man. The running backs for Enfuego put up 26 and 37. On the other side for Extractors, the running backs put up 18 and 6. So, that pretty much tells the story right there. The running backs just didn't show up for you. Forset's normally pretty good. He had a solid game, but not a good one or a great one. And Dion Lewis was pretty much a non-factor in that New England victory. So, hey man, just like Century Legends, your one win stopped at one. You got to do something, man. You got to make some moves. You 1-5, brother, and Enfuego is 5-1. Listen, fellas, I'll tell you right now. For those of you who got 5 losses or 6 losses, your time is running out. Time is ticking. Okay? I'm saying 7 is the magic number. Once you get to 7 losses, you're pretty much done. So I understand you were being a little patient and trying to, wait for your guys to start picking up the pace. But you don't have too much longer to wait. It's time to start thinking about making some moves, making some trades here and there. It's not much you're gonna get off the waiver wires, but you gotta try and get creative with this trade process if you want to be a part of this competition and really want to have a chance to win. You cannot keep these same teams as they are, man. It's not getting you anywhere. Hey man, I'm proud to say this week I was 6-6. 6 for 6, man. I got them all right. So check this out. I'm gonna try back on Friday. I'll see y'all on Friday with my weekly edition of Bandits Weekly Predictions for Week 7. Until then, fellas, remember one thing. Bandits run this bitch.